I'm Scoot Scootaloo.
More like a chicken.
Shut up, Apple Bloom. I'm not a chicken. Anyway, you're here with us at the Brony Clubhouse.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Spencer.
And I'm Sessa, and you're watching the Brony Clubhouse.
Now, in today's episode, we got a couple of fun things for you. We have our part 2 of Pony Arts and Crafts, and we have our episodes review of Pony.MOV, Hot Diggity Demons, 6-part pony parody.
But before that, we've recently attended a SoCal Brony meetup in Little Tokyo.
Question of the
Take a picture of this.
I was about to say, you just walk in, that's like 10 minutes or something. Oh, well, see, there you go. Oh my god, that's not even on my test. That's what you should do! It was awesome! He's 1/4 away from being a single stage.
It's rebuilding your
They're good. Cross rainbow. I like it. You can't get one. Yes. I did. She's not even my favorite, so I don't care.
Rarity is best pony. Y'all are.
That's not how you pronounce Pinkie Pie. 3 minutes later.
Cash is best pony.
Duh. That's where everybody said. Final scratch. Any more confirmation emails from Equestria LA? No. Jump! Surround him! You conquered! Wait! More to conquer. Yeah, you gotta get that back up to like back up to 20. Is actually Shayla and Lee. Yeah. Everybody always assumes they're dating. They pretty much understand. I don't matter.
Okay, 18 about is on.
No, they almost went out.
Which is pretty good.
Which we talked about last night. Has anyone not had furry before? Not in a restaurant, no. We're about to do a karaoke. Karaoke. Spencer Stranger's looking at you while you wail your songs away.
I can't sing for the crowd. Can't make me do it.
The summer day has gone and gone away. In Paris or Rome, don't wanna go home. I'll be around. I'll be home. I'm coming back home.
All right, give it up for this guy.
Comes down the fate, I might as well be the one. Well, they showed you a statue, told you to pray. They built you a temple and locked you away.
Hey there, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our episode review of Pony.MOV, Hot Diggity Demon's 6-part pony parody series.
Just fair warning, this series is not family friendly, so if you're of tender years, we do not recommend. With us, we have Spencer, myself, Kevin, Justin, and Alan. You want to start us off?
Sure. Watching the series as a whole, I felt that the first episode, Max was just messing around, but I felt like he was gaining more of a momentum and knowing what this series was going to become by the end of dress.mov, because he was playing off of dress.mov by the time that shed.mov had started, and it had created its own story. So I really like how he wrapped it up with swag.mov. He even tweeted that before he released it, that he was really he was happy with the end result, and I have to say I was pretty happy with it too. There were some episodes like party.mov that was questionable, very crude.
It was awesome.
It was awesome in its own right, but only for people who could only people who could taste that kind of humor. Like me, I
Got in your mouth.
have a taste, I guess. I grew up on that humor, so I could appreciate the kind of humor that Max brings to the fandom. I know that a lot of people don't appreciate the humor that comes out of the series, but I think a lot of people aren't really able to make the contrast between distaste in humor and hatred for the creator. I mean, I feel that people really did like the series for its humor, and then there were others that really just didn't. But I don't know, it's all about taste. What do you think?
Well, personally, I'm not a fan of the series. I remember seeing the first one, the apple.mov, from the very beginning, and it was, that one I thought was pretty funny just because he didn't go too far in that one. But later that he went, I felt like it just... I am not a fan of that type of humor myself personally, but I will say this, the animation by far was, he's got skill, he's got talent. I mean, all those voices are hilarious too.
He does a lot of them.
Yeah, all the voices are crazy. I won't go into that too much. I mean, I'll talk about the animation a lot. I'm an animation student myself, and just he doesn't master one animation style. He throws in all of these different animation styles that you know and recognize. Maybe something from Ren and Stimpy, maybe something that we noticed from The Simpsons, some different animes that you've noticed. he throws it all together, and somehow that's his style. He makes all of these his own one unique style.
And it works.
It worked.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. It was very fun and enjoyable to watch, not necessarily for the content, but just for how well it was executed. I really appreciate all the time and effort and work that went into it. So I will say that I do enjoy that aspect or that factor of the show. All in all, I thought it was pretty good. Not a fan of the series, but fan of the art style and fan of how much work went into it. So what do you think?
I am a fan of the series. Just because it has, more positive moments with me than I would say negative moments. But, there's some touchy moments where I was just kind of like, but, other times, I find myself laughing at stuff that's just, like, so messed up.
What do you think about Paco?
Oh, God, Paco, yes. Like, I was telling these guys, like, my favorite of the series is probably spike.mov.
Number one.
God, yeah, just like, cause that has just grown on me so much. Like, even if it was just like an April Fool's joke at the time.
Tech decks,
dude. Yeah, tech decks.
Hey, take it out.
What? Do that. And then how he kind of like drew it back to what he did before with the wacky game jokes for kids at the very end,
yes.
Where June, it's like with Max Gilardi, it's like I came for the ponies, yet I stayed for wacky game jokes for kids. Like, I love that series. But yeah, so all in all, not a bad series. I liked the way it ended. I liked the way it started. Me and my friends would joke around being like, oh my God, they're just getting consecutively worse and worse humor-wise, like throughout, like as the series went on, because it just seemed like he kept on pushing that envelope further and further. But yeah, all in all, I like the series. I enjoyed it, so it's not bad. What did you think?
I bet you thought it was great.
The one thing that was going through my mind as I was subjected to these videos by my dear friends here was, what's the actual yay?
Oh God.
I consider myself to have a pretty crude sense of humor sometimes. I like offensive humor, but that was a little too much for me. And every time it started to have redeeming moments, like Spike was awesome. Every time it started to get, mildly entertaining, Pinkie Pie would spray people with period blood.
Far out, dude.
Why? So I will admit, swag.mov was pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of classic campy anime, but just the series as a whole, why?
Oh my God.
It's just why? I'm out. Tag, you're it.
Oh, well, I was looking at this and I grew up on cartoons like Ren and Stimpy and Simpsons and things like that. And so something like this caught my attention very quickly. And I was looking at it for 3 different factors: animation-wise, the voiceover, and the writing. As I would judge like a normal My Little Pony episode. The animation itself, it excels in its fields everywhere. I mean, it starts off with normal, flash animation and throwing in special effects, and then closer to the end, you have this full 3D modeled Ponyville, which is pretty awesome. The voiceover, I mean, Max Gilardi does a majority of the voices, and you have Kira Buckland, who only does one voice, but she does it phenomenally well. And, the delivery of the lines, the jokes, the humor, the pacing, everything worked for me. I'm a fan of that kind of stuff. It's entertaining for me. And I liked how the first one, apple.mov, started off as just kind of a one-time skit, and it evolved into a story. Even as outrageous as they were, it had a story at the end of it. And for those who don't know, if you watch apple.mov and wonder, hey, where's Applejack for the rest of this? Max Gilardi created a Tumblr in which he has Applejack's own side story going on in the background, which ties into the very end of swag.mov. The continuity is also something that I really enjoyed. I'm a big fan of it. I thought it was very well put together. It was random as all heck. It was bananas, just stuff happening everywhere. But as it culminated and came together in full circle, it worked really well. The humor's crude. It's the best word to use for it. But it's the delivery and the execution that made it work for me. I really enjoyed it. Any final thoughts or comments?
Oh yeah. In an interview with Ashley Ball, she mentioned that this was one of her favorite things that the fandom has produced.
Lies.
Because she likes the that Ren and Stimpy humor, and she was like,
very slapsticky, very
random
and fun.
She mentioned that this was early on, and this was before Party or
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if she still feels that way, but early on with apple.mov,
I always thought you were.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, so that's just kind of something I thought was cool.
Ellen, you had something to throw in there?
Yeah, I just want to say I feel really sorry for Max just trying to release swag.mov. He was going through internet issues for the first week, and he tried to get a technician out to help him get his internet back, and at one point he has his laptop at a friend's place, and he's uploading it, and it's at 20% of all percents, and his laptop freezes. So he says, all right, screw it, I'm gonna go home and try to see if I can get any better luck uploading it there. And on his way home, he gets hit by a car. He even tweets pictures of what his leg looks like. But eventually, the week after that, he finally got able to get his internet back, and it's been a pretty crazy ride for him.
He his hard drive crashed.
Oh my god!
And he lost all progress on Swag.
Yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah.
Max Gilardi is a man of his craft, and it shows. And he did a lot. He went through. He busted leg, and he still released the ending to this epic series.
Which is something that I really liked.
You can respect that.
The work that was really put into this. That's what I really liked about that. So there was definitely a lot of hard work put
Nobody
into this.
messes
That's
with
what I
Rainbow
liked.
Dash.
Yeah, so I mean, even though if you watch it and this is just not your brand of humor and you're not a fan of it, at the very least, a lot of people can still go, hey, you know what? It's not my cup of tea, but I respect the work and he did a good job regardless. But we want to hear what you guys think. If you guys have seen the entire 6-part series, be sure to leave comments below, and we want to hear your feedback. So thank you again for joining us. This is the Clubhouse, and we'll see you for the next review.
Hi, I'm Casey, and we have here Katie, a longtime My Little Pony fan and customizer. In a previous segment, Katie showed us how to remove the head of a G4 brushable for the purposes of switching out the hair, perhaps to make your OC. Now, in this segment today, she's going to teach us just how to switch out that hair.
Thanks, Casey. Welcome back, everyone. If you tuned in last time, you now have a pony that is in 3 pieces: head, body, and the hard plastic plug that holds the head to the body. Now, in order to start putting new hair into the head, which we're going to focus on today, you need to have a few essential tools. First, you're going to need jewelry wire, which you can get from any jewelry store, such as Michael's, and this is 28 gauge. You're also going to need extra long needle nose pliers, which you can purchase online, standard needle nose pliers, 2 different kinds of needles, thin, which is standard, and a thicker needle, which you can look for in embroidery shops or other heavy-duty sewing needle kits, and hair, which you can buy online. First, you're going to want to measure out your hair and cut it into the length that you want the pony hair to be. Also include in that length an extra inch or so that you can tie a knot. You will tie these knots into small sections of hair, which we call plugs. In order to put the plug into the hair, you first must stretch the hole that is in the pony head. First, you put a small needle into the hole that you want to put the hair into. When it is accustomed to the smaller needle, you will put into the larger needle in order to help stretch it out for the hair. As you are letting the head stretch out, you're going to make a 2 or 3 inch loop of your 28 gauge wire and pull it into a loop and pinch the end with your needle nose pliers. Once you have your hair plug and your wire loop ready, you pull out the heavy duty needle. and slide the wire into the hole and out through the neck. You can help pull this through with your extra long needle nose pliers. Once the loop is through the neck, you will widen it, put the hair into the loop, and then pull it back through the top of the head, bringing the hair up through the hole. The knot at the end of the hair will catch it and keep it from sliding all the way out, so make sure your knot is extra tight. You can help catch the loop with your fingertip to help guide it out if you don't want it to be cut by the wire. Then, repeat this process about 100 more times and you will have a full head of pony hair. Thanks for checking in. This has been Pony Arts and Crafts.
We'd like to thank you guys again for joining us. We really hope you enjoyed today's episode. We'd love to hear some feedback from you, so please leave a comment below.
And be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
And in case you've missed out on some of the fun, we do a gaming live stream over on our Twitch TV channel every Tuesday and Thursday night, so be sure to check us out.
And if you have not registered for EQLA yet, you really should. It's going to be awesome.
All the links will be in the description box below, so don't forget to check them out. This is the Brony Clubhouse, and we'll see you guys next week.
What do we have here, Taps?
A pony.